So, what is data analysis? It seems really basic, but I think it's quite important because a lot of times people think that if you make a graph, that's data analysis, but that's actually not at all. That is just making a visualization of your data. It's actually what you then say about that that is the analysis. And you explain, what does that graph actually tell us about what's happening? So, analysis is defined as that continuous process of making sense. Usually once you do one piece of analysis, it actually leads to more questions. It's actually a process of, oh, we found this out. That's interesting. I wonder why. Then you move, so let's look at this. Maybe this will tell us why. So it's this process of continuously trying to understand the information that's being presented to you. It involves identifying patterns and trends in relationships. So what we need to do is we need to take all these individual pieces of information. So for us, usually what we're talking about today really is going to be service related data. So that type of information we collect while we're providing services. So really what we're talking about is the trends that we see across all of the different individuals or cases that come into our centers. And so we can look at all of those different data based upon different characteristics, relationships, and see what is it that's making or potentially causing changes in the information or the people that we're seeing come into our services. And again, I think the last thing is this context is king. So a lot of times we think of, again, data analysis as generating those graphs, but really that tells us nothing. And so that's why without giving some context to it. So really good analysis is going to come really as close to the field level as possible, because it's there that not only do you have access to the most specific data, but you can actually then analyze it very much in real time, or as close to real time as possible, with what is going on. And those people who are involved in that will actually know what's happening on the ground, and that can actually inform them what's happening. And besides, if you were to ask someone at like HQ to give you graphs, they can do that, but they can't tell you. They could maybe guess, but they can't tell you what those actually mean. So if you saw that there were a whole bunch of adults reporting for a while and all of a sudden it just became all children reporting GBV, you can say there was a change, but without that context, about why or what happened that caused that, that's really what we're talking about with the data analysis.